Four African countries have secured their spot in the 2026 World Cup already, and all of those countries are from Northern Africa: Morocco, Algeria, Tunisia, and Egypt. In this video, I'm going to break down everything for you guys. I came with a calculator because there are some groups that need at least a calculator for us to know who is going to join the four Northern African countries going to the 2026 World Cup. And when you take a look at the groups again, you will notice that some countries need at least the Bible to go to the 2026 World Cup, because it is only through prayers that they will make it into the 2026 World Cup. So in this video, I am going to break down everything for you guys. We are going to do the calculations together. We are going to do the prayers together. For the countries that need calculations, we'll do their calculations, and for the countries that need our prayers, we'll give out our prayers to them. So if this is the first time you are coming across my YouTube channel, I will appreciate if you can hit a thumb up to the video, subscribe to my YouTube channel, watch the video carefully till the end, and tell me what you think about the 2026 World Cup from these African countries. Now let us start with Group A, because when you take a look at Group A, Egypt is one of the four countries that have already secured their ticket into the 2026 World Cup, and they are seated at the top of the group. So Burkina Faso will be fighting to see if they'll go through playoffs to qualify for the 2026 World Cup. Before going deep, 9 African countries are going to the 2026 World Cup. 9 African countries are going to qualify directly, but there is a possibility that one African country will join the 9 African countries going to the 2026 World Cup, depending on their performances. So Burkina Faso in this Group A is looking for that spot to go through playoffs to see if they'll win all their games and go to the 2026 World Cup. So from Group A, Egypt have already qualified, then Sierra Leone disqualified, Guinea-Bissau disqualified, Ethiopia disqualified, Djibouti disqualified. And now when I take a look at Group B, Senegal with 19 points, DR Congo, Senegal with 21 points, DR Congo with 19 points. Now Senegal need just 1 point to qualify in this group, meaning their next game is going to be very, very crucial. And DR Congo, that's Democratic Republic of Congo, also they need to win that game. If they win their next game, they'll have 21 points, same as Senegal. So they know that there is a playoff spot to go to, and they also know there is a possibility that Senegal might not win their next game. So it is going to be a tough one. And in this group, I think we need more prayers. We are going to come back to it. When you go to Group C, you notice that in Group C, Benin is seated at the top of the group. I think this is the most complicated group. Benin is seated at the top of the group with 17 points, followed by South Africa with 15 points, Nigeria with 14 points. Now here is the deal. On Tuesday, Benin is going to be playing against Nigeria. Nigeria has 14 points, meaning if Nigeria defeats Benin on Tuesday with at least 3 goals difference, they'll be ahead of Benin. Now South Africa will be playing their game against Rwanda at home, meaning if South Africa defeats Rwanda and Benin suffer a defeat to Nigeria, then South Africa will be going to the World Cup directly. That's why I say in this group, it needs but the calculator, not even prayers. There is a lot of calculations in this group. Nigeria needs to defeat Benin with at least 3 goals different before they start dreaming of going to the 2026 World Cup. And South Africa needs to grab all the 3 points against Rwanda. In case of a draw, South Africa is eliminated. So this group is very, very difficult and complicated to understand. They need a calculator in this group. Calculator before the Bible, right? Now let's just take a look at Group D. When you take a look at Group D, Cape Verde, Cameroon, Libya, Angola, Mauritius, and Eswatini. You notice that in this group, the chances of Cape Verde going to the 2026 World Cup are still alive. The chances of Cameroon going to the 2026 World Cup lies in the hands of Eswatini. Now let me break down for you guys. When you take a look at the group, Cape Verde is having 20 points, Cameroon with 18 points, meaning the point difference between Cape Verde and Cameroon is 2 points, and just 1 game is left. The game is going to be played on Monday. Cameroon is going to be hosting Angola in Yaoundé on Monday, and the Cape Verde is going to be hosting Eswatini, meaning if Eswatini defeats Cape Verde, Cameroon wins Angola, Cameroon is going. If Eswatini shed points with Cape Verde, Cameroon wins Angola, Cameroon is going to the 2026 World Cup because of the goal difference. So in this group, the only chances of Cape Verde going to the World Cup is for them to defeat Eswatini. For Cameroon to go to the 2026 World Cup, Eswatini needs to share points with Cape Verde, either share points with Cape Verde or defeat Cape Verde and Cameroon defeat Angola. So just one way for Cape Verde to go, defeat Eswatini, and two ways for Cameroon to go. Cape Verde suffer a defeat or share points and Cameroon win their game against Angola on Monday. When you take a look at Group E, Morocco is still at the top of the group. I think this was the first African country to get their qualification ticket, which was even during the last international break. And now there is Niger with 12 points. I think they will not even go through the playoff because they will not be considered among the top 4 best losers. When you take a look at Group F, this is another important group. Ivory Coast 23 points, Gabon with 22 points. So the point difference between Ivory Coast and Gabon is just 1 point, and just one game is left. Now Ivory Coast know that game is going to be the final. Before the final, they have to win that game, and if they win that game, they are going directly to the 2026 World Cup. And if they don't win that game and Gabon win their game, then Ivory Coast will go through playoff. So it is still complicated in Group F. The only way for Gabon to win that, to go to the 2026 World Cup, is to win their next game and go through the playoffs to see if they can win all the games, because even this game, their next game, Aubameyang will not play because he was sent off against Gambia with a red card. He scored 4 goals, and their next game he's not going to be available. So in this Group F, nobody is sure yet. Ivory Coast is doubting, Gabon is doubting, but the most important thing is to win their next games. So that is just the only way for Ivory Coast to go to the 2026 World Cup. When you take a look at Group G, the group of Algeria got their qualification ticket already. Uganda, I think Uganda will have to fight for their final game to see if they can go through playoff, because the chances of a country going through playoffs is very, very high. Now when you take a look at Group H, Tunisia, they have already qualified. Then there is Namibia with 15 points. I think Namibia will not even stand a chance to pass through the playoff stage, right? Group I, the group of Ghana, the group of Madagascar, Mali, Comoros, Central African Republic, and Chad. And now this is another important group. I think this group needs but the Bible. Yes, this group needs but the Bible. There is nothing in this group like over calculation, because Ghana, they are 99% secure for the 2026 World Cup. Now what is needed from Ghana? Now the next game, if they can have a draw, they are going. They need just 1 point. Or Madagascar draw points, Ghana is going. Ghana with, if Madagascar wins their next game, they'll be having 22 points, same as Ghana. Even if Ghana suffer a defeat, now they probably will be at the level of goal difference. So Ghana chances of going to the 2026 World Cup to me are 99%. 99%. And when you take a look at the best losers, right, you discover that there is a possibility that Burkina Faso, Democratic Republic of Congo, South Africa, maybe let me just consider Cameroon and Gabon, 5 countries already, and they need just 4 for the best losers. There is also Madagascar. So Madagascar, if Madagascar wins their next game, they can go through playoff. If Gabon wins their next game, they can go through playoff. If Burkina Faso win their next game, I don't think they will stand a chance to go through playoff. If Burkina Faso wins their game and Cameroon wins their game, there is a goal difference between Burkina Faso and Cameroon, so Cameroon can be placed ahead of them. Democratic Republic of Congo wins their game, they are going through playoff. So it is still a tight one at this point in time. It is still very, very difficult for this country. So for now, nothing is secure yet. Nothing is secure yet. 2026 World Cup. Which 5 African countries are going to join the North African countries? Because Egypt, Morocco, Algeria, and Tunisia have all qualified. And the funniest thing is that there were 5 Northern African countries participating in these World Cup qualifiers, and just one did not make it. Libya was the only one North African country that did not make it. Out of the 5, 4 have already secured their ticket. And other West African countries like Nigeria and Cameroon are doubting. If I'm being honest with you, the chances of Nigeria going to the 2026 World Cup are very low, because when they take a look at how they have been playing their games, they find it difficult to score goals, and they need to score at least 3 goals against Benin on Tuesday. Cameroon also, they are going to defeat Angola from what I think, but is Eswatini going to defeat Cape Verde? I don't think it is possible. It is not possible for Eswatini to defeat Cape Verde. Cape Verde is playing the game at home, the same stadium where they defeated Cameroon 1-0. So this game is going to be a very difficult one. and Cameroon needs to give their best. They need to give their maximum best in this game. They need to give their best, win the game, wait and see how the other results are looking like. But for now, there are many things to think about. If Cameroon don't make it, just imagine 5 African countries used to go to the World Cup, and FIFA this time around added 8 to 9, and there is a possibility that there is a playoff spot that will make it 10. And just imagine Cameroon and Nigeria not make it into the 2026 World Cup. It is going to be a shame. If I'm being honest, it is going to be a shame. Let us just wait and see how the games are going to look like. Guys, if this is the first time you are come across my YouTube channel, like I said, and you have watched a video right up to this level, I really appreciate, and I will appreciate more if you can hit a thumb up to the video, subscribe to my YouTube channel if you are still to subscribe. Most importantly, you give me your thoughts on this African World Cup qualifiers, because at this time Ghana, Ivory Coast are almost there. They are not yet there, but they are almost there. Even Senegal. So these are the 3 African countries that are going to be joining Egypt, Morocco, Algeria and Tunisia anytime soon, because they just need a point. Senegal needs a point, Ivory Coast needs a point, and also Ghana needs a point. So let me know your thoughts on all these fixtures that are coming up, because the Tuesday, that is Sunday, from tomorrow, Sunday, Monday and Tuesday are going to be crucial. These days are going to be very, very crucial for these African countries to secure their ticket into the 2026 World Cup. See you guys until my next video. Thank you.